This is for all you breakfast lovers out there. Today we're making 3 make-ahead breakfast casseroles that are easy, budget-friendly, high protein and fiber, and of course absolutely delicious. They are freezer-friendly, they have ingredients that you probably already have in your fridge and your pantry, and each of these are really versatile as well. You can add whatever to these casseroles. You can slice them up and freeze them as is, or make burritos and freeze them, or make sandwiches with them. There are so many ways to serve these casseroles. We're gonna make my eggs Benedict casserole, which has this eggy bake topped with this vegan Hollandaise sauce. The next one is a Mexican egg casserole. It's based on a tortilla de patatas, excuse my pronunciation. It has potatoes, peppers, black beans, and it is so hearty and so delicious. The next one that we're gonna make is based on the steak omelets from IHOP. So it's my steak hash brown breakfast casserole. It's of course vegan. It is also hearty, delicious, and who doesn't like some crispy potatoes with their egg casserole in the morning? So let's make these. I'm gonna chop some mushrooms. Need some green onion. I'm gonna use the white parts, and the green parts will be our garnish. And we need some bread. Mushrooms, green onion, and the bread to your baking pan. Add a little bit of oil, salt, some thyme. We're gonna coat the mushrooms in a bit of oil so that they can brown nicely in the oven. Now we'll bake these until the mushrooms are starting to brown and the bread is crisp. For our egg mixture, we're gonna use tofu. So we're gonna make that whipped tofu egg mixture with some tofu. We're gonna add some flour. We're gonna also add a little bit of cornstarch and baking powder. Then we need some salt, black pepper, some ground mustard, Indian black salt, which is kala namak. This will add that eggy flavor, and some water. Don't forget the turmeric. We're gonna blend this up until creamy. The mushrooms are done, the bread is all crispy. Then we're gonna add in some spinach, creamy tofu mixture. Toss it a little bit, and then we're gonna bake this until everything is set. We're gonna make our vegan Hollandaise sauce. We obviously need some butter and some flour, nutritional yeast, some kala namak, which will add that eggy flavor, turmeric for that color so that it looks like it's made with egg yolks, and a ton of water. And then mix all of this up so that there are no lumps. Hollandaise sauce generally is just butter, lemon juice, and egg yolks, but there is a lot of that tangy flavor from the kala namak. But if you want that lemony flavor, add some lemon juice as well. It'll take a minute or two for the sauce to kind of start to boil and start to thicken up. Now the thing with flour sauces is that you really want to make this just before you want to serve the sauce, because otherwise it'll thicken and gel up, and then you'll have to reheat it. So you want to make this just before you want to serve it over the tofu bake. And our bake is done. It's all set. You want to let it cool for about 10-15 minutes if you didn't use parchment, so that you can easily remove it from your baking dish. If you used parchment, you can immediately remove it from your baking dish. I'm gonna top it with our sauce. There is a reason there are 24-hour breakfast diners, because who doesn't love an amazing breakfast casserole at any time of the day? It's like Everything in your breakfast casserole. There's some crispy bread, there's the eggy sauce, there are mushrooms, the spinach, there's the tofu egg mixture. It's fantastic. Slice some red onion, some red bell pepper, tomato. I'm gonna peel this potato. I'm gonna keep the pieces fairly small so that they cook quickly. Otherwise, they'll take a long time to cook in the oven. Let's open up the tofu. Since we're blending this, you don't need to press. Just drain it and put it in the blender. We're gonna first bake the potatoes with the onions and peppers so that there's some crisp on the onions and they can start to get brown and caramelize, and the potatoes get cooked as well. Salt, chipotle pepper flakes or regular pepper flakes, and some taco seasoning. If you don't have taco seasoning, you can make it at home. We're gonna bake this for 16 to 18 minutes or so. We're gonna blend up that tofu, some cornstarch, salt, taco seasoning, Indian sulfur salt, some turmeric for the color, some ground mustard. You can also add some nutritional yeast for some cheesiness and for additional protein, some baking powder so that the egg can kind of get fluffy while baking, water. Blend this up. This is ready for the egg mixture. Add in the tomatoes or your salsa, black beans. I'm gonna do about a cup. You can add some toasted bread to this, or you can add more beans. I'm skipping the bread in this one. The Mexican casserole is done. And it looks so good. Now we're gonna cool it for a bit before slicing and removing the slices. This one has been cooling for a bit, so we're gonna just slice it up. Sour cream, a side of some toasted sourdough. It looks so good. It smells so good. This one is so hearty with the beans and the potatoes. There's so many textures and flavors in this. It's amazing. For our steak, we're gonna use some soy curls. These are some dried soy curls. Soy curls are made with just whole soybeans. And they're a great substitute for like chicken, beef, any meat that you want to substitute in a recipe. I like to soak these soy curls in some kind of stock. The more flavor you add to the soaking liquid, the more flavorful the soy curls will be. Let these soak for 10 to 15 minutes or so. While the soy curls are soaking, I'm gonna just slice up the onion and bell peppers and mushrooms. These are plumped up nicely. We're gonna drain all of that excess liquid. You don't want to squeeze them too much, just a little bit so that they're not like dripping wet. Back into the bowl. Now we're gonna add, this is some vegan Worcestershire. How do you pronounce that? Worcestershire. No, it's Worcester. Worcester.
Worcestershire.
There's no shire in the end.
Worcestershire?
Yeah, Worcestershire.
Oh.
This is some vegan Worcester.
That stuff.
Yeah, this is that stuff. Some vegan Worcestershire. You know what I'm talking about. Worcestershire sauce or whatever the pronunciation is. And some maple syrup. And a little bit of salt. And if you have some steak seasoning, then use that, or some Cajun seasoning, or Tex-Mex chili powder blend here. little bit of oil. And put the soy curls on one side. Add a little bit of oil. And the peppers and onion on the other side. And some mushrooms. A bit of oil for these as well. Salt. And pepper. Now a little bit of overlap is fine depending on your pan size. And these veggies are gonna shrink a lot. This goes in for 15 minutes or longer. While all of that is baking, we're gonna make our tofu mixture. I decided to not use the blender this time to save you from washing the blender. So we're gonna just mash the tofu this time. Since we are not crisping up the tofu or anything, you don't need to press it, just drain the tofu. You don't want any large pieces of tofu in this. We're gonna add in our non-dairy yogurt. If you don't have non-dairy yogurt, you can use some blended silken tofu. You can use some tahini or some really thick cashew cream. Some turmeric for the color. Salt. Black pepper. Some kala namak, that's the Indian sulfur salt. Some oregano. And mix all of this. This is going to be our egg mixture for our casserole. Let's chop up our spinach that we're gonna add into the casserole as well. If you have some fresh herbs like basil or oregano, you can chop those in as well with the spinach. Everything is crispy and golden. Now we're gonna add our egg mixture. I forgot to add some cornstarch in, so I'm just gonna throw it in while mixing it. Cheese and the spinach. Mix all of these things into the egg first and then just lightly mix in all of the other things into the egg so that there's, you know, these pockets of these caramelized soy curls and onions in the mixture. You know, some more black pepper on top. And this goes into bake. Let's grate our potato. I'm not gonna peel it entirely, but just remove some of the craggly ends.
Everybody knows what a craggly end is.
These are all nicely grated. Remove as much moisture as possible from these potatoes. If they have a lot of moisture, put it in a kitchen towel and just get on with removing that moisture. That's a lot.
The juicy potato.
Yeah, very juicy. And just a little bit of cornstarch. Toss it really well. And now we're gonna crisp these up on a skillet before we put them on top of our casserole. We are gonna add some green chilies. You can use some jalapeno, serrano, or a milder chili. Or you can skip it. Then add some salt, black pepper. Mix all of that. Now we're gonna cook these in a skillet so that they have the maximum crisp and browning. Heat up some oil in the skillet and check that the oil is pretty hot. You want it like nicely, evenly hot, but also not scorching. Spread your hash browns without pressing them down on the skillet. Add a little bit of oil and let this continue to get nicely golden on one side. You can see that they're kind of starting to get brown on the one side. So you want to flip these. Woo. I know, did not break. So it's nicely golden on this side. Now for the other side, you want to reduce the heat just a bit so that it doesn't burn. And the longer cooking will also cook all the potatoes. Ooh. I'm gonna make another one and put it on the other side. I mean, look at that gorgeousness. That's our next set of hash browns. I mean, look at how gorgeous this looks. Make sure to get everything cut before you pick up the slice. This one's my dream breakfast. I mean, the crispy hash browns, the cheesy scramble mixture with those crispy caramelized circles and the mushrooms. Oh my god, it's so delicious. These hearty breakfasts have protein and fiber and lots of vitamins and minerals. The hash brown casserole has anywhere from 20 to 22 grams of protein per serving and 6 to 8 grams of fiber. The Mexican egg casserole has 16 to 18 grams of protein and 9 to 10 grams of fiber per serving. You can bump up all of these values more by serving these with some multigrain bread and adding some hemp seeds and nutritional yeast into the egg mixture. All three of these are freezer friendly. For the hash brown casserole, you want to freeze these without the hash browns. You definitely want to crisp up the hash browns just before serving for the fresh, delicious crisp. To freeze these, slice them up into individual servings, then pack them between parchment paper and put them in an airtight container and freeze them. You can reheat them in the microwave or bake them for 10 to 15 minutes and they will be fresh and amazing. Let's convert this Mexican breakfast casserole into a burrito. You can add in some hot sauce. There's already some sour cream on it. Add in some cheese. I'm gonna seal up the burrito on a hot skillet and then freeze these. To reheat the burrito, cover it with foil or parchment and bake it for about 15 minutes and you'll have a nice warm breakfast burrito ready. I have many videos with lots of breakfast ideas. Check out my whipped tofu video, which has 9 ways to use whipped tofu to make amazing breakfast. Also check out my mung egg video, which has 10 ways to use the mung egg batter and make many different kinds of breakfast with that mung egg batter, which is also freezer friendly, by the way. So do check these videos out. Those will be linked in the description below. If you try any of these 3 breakfast casseroles, do let me know in the comments how you like them. Which is the casserole you're going to try first. Do review these on my website as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more easy vegan recipes, fun and creative vegan recipes, Indian vegan recipes, and so much more. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.